Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, whatever the hell you're listening to this. You're listening to Nerds Talking Sports, Sports Pod with Dad Bods. This is your host, Jack Knife, alongside your other hosts, Tommy Joe and D. Zach Daniels. How you doing tonight, gentlemen?
Doing good. It's Wednesday, my dudes. And by the time everybody's listening to this episode, I will probably be on my way to Dover because I don't think people listen to our episodes strictly at 6 a.m.
No.
I hope they aren't. But I found out Hillary Duff is the cover of the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition, and I'm super goddamn stoked. I don't think I've bought a magazine in forever.
So she's not the cover girl. She's the cover?
Yeah, she's the whole cover. Yeah. She's actually, they just take. No, I'm not going to go there.
Sound like family show, Zach.
Yeah. I don't even know where you were. I don't know where you were going with it. I wasn't going to go that far. I don't know what family you're a part of.
I was going to say, is Catherine listening to this?
Catherine doesn't listen to me anyway. So
oh my! I was going to ask, how's your week going, gentlemen?
Week is fine. Week
could
is yeah, it could always be better. I feel like I could win, $1 million.
I mean, all right. But hey, yeah, I'm just.
I mean, all right, whatever. I'll just go fuck myself.
I mean, well, if you win those $1 million, you're gonna share it, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
sure.
gives it like $1 each.
Yeah, I'll give you $50,000.
You have $50.
$50.
About $350.
Yeah, something weird's going on in my house right now. I actually have basketball on the TV right now, and it's not a Knicks game. So
nice.
Good a full game.
This episode is brought to you by Recoil Garage, your local diesel, fleet, and performance specialist right here in Howell, New Jersey. Recoil Garage handles everything from everyday repairs to high-performance builds. With over 15 years of mechanic experience, we've got the skills to keep you moving. With extensive experience and a background in diesel and fleet service, Recoil Garage delivers quality you can trust. With comprehensive vehicle services such as motorcycle and power sports service, automotive repair, performance upgrades and custom builds, diesel diagnostics and repair, marine and boat repair work, and fleet maintenance programs. Whether it's your weekend toy or your daily driver, we treat every vehicle like our own. You could support the brand with Recoil Garage merch available too, with t-shirts, hoodies, and sticker packs straight from the online store. Visit recoilgarage.com. That's recoilgarage.com to book your service today. I think that's the best ad read I had in a while, gentlemen.
That was definitely your highest speed one.
Yes.
Which means you're getting good at it because you're not like laboring through it. Not that you labor through it, but it's like you actually like nailed it down that time.
That was definitely the most ad read of all time.
The most ad read of all time.
Yes.
Yes, I've heard ad reads before, and that was one of them.
Yes.
All right. Well, anyway, let's get into the topic of today's episode because, I don't want to talk about the Yankees right now. They're pissing me off, and I'm just still waiting for the Knicks. The thing about sports, it truly is a meritocracy. Those who are the best get spots on the team. Those who are the best get rewarded based on how good they are. And the teams that have the best combo of players gets to hold up the trophy at the end of the year, typically. However, even in sports, there's been some string pulling behind the scenes when it comes to helping family. And, we've all helped family, so I can't really blame people there. But this episode, we're going to talk about sports Nepo babies. Athletes that come down from a lineage of other great athletes, and whether or not they deserve to play at the level they did or not. Or yep, there's a stuttering. Listen, family recognition might help them get to the show, but it doesn't necessarily mean the success will translate equally. For those of you who watch The Sopranos, think Jackie Jr. from The Sopranos. But we will look at some examples below and rate them as follows. Whether or not the offspring earned it, like they were good enough even without name recognition. Nepo baby, clearly there because of who their family is. And jury's out. which is, still up in the air. We're not entirely sure yet. Might be too early to tell. Now, for the players I put on this list, I'm just getting some things out of the way. If it's a retired player, no Hall of Famers. So that means no Brett Hull, who's the son of Bobby Hull. He's the Hall of Famer. No Peyton Manning, son of Arch Manning. No Ken Griffey Jr., no Dale Earnhardt Jr. They're all Hall of Fame players. If you're a current player and you're pretty much a regular all-star, you're likely left out because you've pretty much proven your worth at that point. So no Kachuk brothers, no Steph Curry. We're basically looking at players that, just because they're not a Hall of Famer doesn't mean they're necessarily a Nepo baby. They could very well be in the Hall of Good. We're just looking at some examples. So let's go look at the first example I have listed here. Marvin Harrison Jr., son of Colts wide receiver and Hall of Famer Marvin Harrison Sr., 2016 Hall of Fame class, 2006 Super Bowl champion, 8-time Pro Bowler, and he's the Colts' all-time leading receiver with 1,102 receptions, 14,580 receiving yards, 128 TDs, in 190 games. Now, let's go to Junior. 2-time All-American at Ohio State, 2023 Big Ten Player of the Year, in 38 games as a Buckeye, 155 receptions, 2,613 receiving yards, and 31 touchdowns. That led to him being drafted 4th overall by the Arizona Cardinals. As it stands right now, 29 games, 26 of them he actually started. He's got 103 receptions, 1,493 receiving yards, and 12 touchdowns. And a little off-the-field drama, he was sued by Fanatics for alleged autograph and memorabilia rights. I found that out yesterday researching for this episode. I'll go first here. I'm immediately going to say jury's out for 2 reasons. One, he's only 2 years into his career. Or, 3 reasons. 2, he put up really good numbers in college. 3, he's on the Arizona Cardinals. That's a notorious dumpster fire franchise. And, they can't all be Larry Fitzgeralds who just, are able to shake off the stink of that organization.
Yeah, I agree. You said everything I wanted to say. I mean, he's still new. He's with the Cardinals. I mean,
there's not much to say on it right now.
Really not much to say right now.
I'd say this, though.
Considering being on the Cardinals, those are decent numbers.
Yeah.
What he has, those are decent numbers.
So I was going to say, actually, I wanted to know what you guys thought before I tell you something I know about Marvin Harrison Jr. Do you think he's going to lean toward Nepo baby or toward? I don't think he's a Nepo baby, actually, just because the stats at his college were incredible.
Yeah.
But and getting to the NFL, I almost feel like you can't Nepo baby your way into that to a degree.
No.
But I don't know if he'll reach the heights of his father. But you want to know something crazy? His father was 6 foot, 185 pounds. Do you know how big his son is? He's like 6'3", 220.
Damn.
He's like double his size. So it's a totally different animal he is. So if he has even like half the career that his father had, then that's crazy. I heard he also pulled a gun on someone. Marvin Harrison is quite the character.
Oh!
Yeah, that's what I thought I read somewhere a while back, that he pulled a gun on someone too. I'm really not sure what's going on with
Zach, are you spreading fake news?
I hope I am. That'd be cool.
So,
Making my own psyops.
But yeah, are we basically agreeing on Marvin Harrison Jr., jury's out?
Yes.
It's absolutely. It's a good starting point. I like where your head's at, but it's 2 years into his career. He's about to enter his 3rd season, and he's going to have he's going to have Jacoby Brissett. Like, I think the Cardinals are tanking again. I don't know. I don't even know if they were tanking before.
Are they ever not tanking? Let's be honest.
Well, that's the part that I don't understand. Like, I'm sorry, Kyler Murray was not good. Like, he had a good rookie. He was a rookie of the year, but man, he's not a good quarterback. And good luck to the Vikings. They have to pick between Kyler Murray short ass or 9. So,
JJ McCarthy.
There's no way he's playing this season.
No.
GTA's coming out. There's no way he's playing.
All right. Next up on the list, Kyle Petty, son of the king, Richard Petty, Richard Petty pretty much needs no introduction if you're a NASCAR fan. With 200 Cup wins, that's the most all time in the Cup Series, and seven.
With
He's
an
a
asterisk.
seven-time.
With an asterisk next to the 200. But yes, go ahead.
Okay, well, you get into the asterisk when I let you have the floor. But 200 wins and 7-time Winston Cup champion. That ties a record that's held by a few drivers for most championships. Surely that success would translate to his son, right? Wrong. Kyle Petty, 829 starts, 8 wins, 52 top 5s, 173 top 10s. And he became a TV analyst after his career. And like I remember he was like doing double duty, being an analyst and a driver at Infineon. And then he cursed on national television. I actually put the link in our doc. But I mean, I remember I was initially considering Austin Dillon for this list, but Tom, you told me to put Kyle Petty instead. Can you give me your reasoning behind that?
If we're going just based off of numbers here, looking at Kyle, I don't know if you went over Kyle Petty's stats. I kind of zoned out for a second.
I did. 8 wins, 52 top 5s,
Yes.
173 top 10s.
That was 8 wins in a 30-year career, but that 8 wins was a stretch over 10 seasons. I actually have their stats up on Racing Reference. Sorry. Racing Reference. So Petty got his first win in the Cup Series in 86. He won 2 races in 92, and his last win came in 95. Now let's go over to Austin Dillon, Nepo baby, because his father married into the Richard Childress family. So he has, where is it? Why am I lost? Why? So 16, about 13 full seasons, make it 12 full seasons in the Cup Series with 6 wins, 24 top 5s, 86 top 10s. Now, of those 6 wins, one of them is a Daytona 500, another one's a Coke 600. On top of that, he is also a O'Reilly's Series Xfinity O'Reilly Series champion, as well as a Truck Series champion. I would say, he doesn't really have the I don't know what I said his dad married in. He's the grandson of Richard Childress. I don't know why I just didn't leave with that.
Yeah.
My brain shot.
There we go.
Sorry. He's the grandson of Richard Childress. Duh. However, he clearly has a ride because he is, Richard's grandson. But, considering RCR and the dumpster fire that they are, it's not bad. Like
they are pretty bad right now. They're
bad.
not a good fucking team.
I'll say another hot take. Richard Childress was never good. They just worked really well with Dale Earnhardt.
Yeah, I mean, maybe
Richard Childress built his entire team around Dale Earnhardt, and then when Dale died, Kevin Harvick came in, and Kevin Harvick was a good driver, but he could never win a championship. The first year, Harvick leaves RCR and goes to Stewart-Haas, wins. He wins the title. Wow. So I'm just saying, it's
interesting.
I don't think RCR was set up for Dale, and they couldn't find another Dale to go in there.
Nah,
but yeah,
to replace him.
Kyle Petty. Now, I don't think he raced for his dad right away. I think he wanted to make a name for himself, but 100% Nepo baby.
I agree, Nepo baby.
I don't know enough, but just judging by those stats, I mean, he doesn't even come close to what his dad did. Obviously, and with the asterisk that I know Tom likes to bring up, he doesn't even sniff like his shoes. And also, racing is, it's funny. Like he came up in the time when money was a very real issue, and like you had to, you kind of just you needed money. You need money in general in racing, but back then
talent, sponsors were everywhere, and it was easy to get sponsorship because NASCAR was growing. I mean, you needed money then, but not as bad as now. Now, like, it's money over talent. If you could bring sponsorship, but If you're a team owner and you have two people and you're struggling to find sponsorship yourself, and you have a driver that can come in with full sponsorship, or someone who's the second coming of Dale Earnhardt but has zero sponsorship, you're going to go with the guy that has zero that has the sponsorship because he's going to pay for himself.
So I think coming from the Petty tower here, like he had the money even then, technically speaking, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the Petty line ended with his son, Adam, who was
unfortunately
killed in a crash in New Hampshire.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's pretty sad that it went that way, because I don't. Do people also dislike him?
It's very hot. It's a very hot cold. People either love him or hate him. I personally don't really care for him.
I don't dislike him.
He's like the Stephen A. Smith of NASCAR. He has these stupid takes, and like the most Kyle Petty thing that I can remember that wasn't even anything Kyle Petty said. It was on the It was on the Dale Jr. download, and I forgot exactly what the debate was between Mike and Dale. But Mike brought up Kyle Petty, and Dale goes, "What the fuck does Kyle Petty have to do with this?" And it kind of just became like a meme and a saying.
I mean, yeah, that's not good to be a Stephen A. Smith of your sport, and you
just won't go away.
I like Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah, but Stephen A. Smith is a journalist. What we're saying is he's like Stephen A. Smith. Borderline has to be annoying to stay relevant. Kyle Petty is relevant because his dad, and his last name, and he's annoying.
That's I don't want to take away from Kyle Petty. He does a lot for charity. He does a lot for charity, a lot for the NASCAR Racing Foundation. He does a lot for that. I'll give him that. He's not a bad person. He's just really annoying.
Right. Really annoying. People get annoyed by him. That's
all right.
Good.
So we're all in agreement. Nepo baby.
Yes.
All right. Before I move on to the next one, I just looked at the group chat, Tom, and for those of you watching the video podcast, the brim of my Knicks hat is green underneath. I'm holding it up to the camera right now if you're watching on video. So yeah, that explains why my background is disappearing into my hat. So
I'm waiting for your head, the crown that's showing to line up with the
facade at
Yankee Stadium.
Is it doing it right now?
No, you're way off.
Okay.
It's probably happened already.
Yeah. Right. Anyway. Next on the list, Bronny James, son of LeBron James, needs no introduction. 4-time NBA champion, 4-time Finals MVP, 22-time All-Star, 4-time MVP, NBA's all-time scoring leader with 43,440 points. Many people consider him the GOAT. He's definitely worthy of the conversation. His son played 1 year before joining his dad on the Lakers.
Sorry.
What the heck happened there?
I just dropped something and it hit. Sorry.
I didn't even get into the stats yet because the stats do warrant a mic drop. 25 games, he averaged only 1.6 buckets a game. And he got drafted in the second round, 55th overall. And in 69 games, he's a bench warmer, averaging a bucket a game. His field goal percentage is like 374. And this is listen, no other player, because his name is James, he was drafted. No player who puts up those. I'm not a big basketball guy, but I could tell. No player who puts up those kind of numbers is getting drafted at all.
No. Those 25 games were at USC?
Yes.
Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. What were his assist stats? You didn't give me the full picture of the line, but I mean, one for one.
I'll look it up now.
1 or 2 buckets a game and only like 4 or 5 shots. That's pretty astounding. I was gonna say jury is out just because I want to give a little grace here. He's only been around for 2 years, right?
Well,
and he was in the G League. But he was a minor league.
Right. He averaged 2.1 assists a game, according to Sports Reference.
Oh, God. Like that's in NBA or in college?
College.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Yeah, no. I think we have to go Nepo baby just solely based on the fact that he got drafted, and he definitely did deserve that. I feel bad. I feel bad. It's just like, well, I don't feel bad. It's his dad. It's his dad pulling the strings. It's his dad pulling the strings. I hate to do that to someone who's like probably, I don't know how. Do you know how old he is? He's got to be like 22, right? Like
something like
he's
that.
Really young.
Listen, I don't think he's gonna be. I don't think he's gonna be weeping over us. He's making money, and even with his dad, he's set for life. So, I think
Right.
I think he'll be like, "Oh no!" Anyway, like that Top Gear meme.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
well, I know, there's those people out there that are like, oh, what he could do it, like LeBron can do this. Like, yeah, no kidding, he can do that. He just did. Like, it's the fact of it's not even a middling like a sixth man or some bench depth. Like, he is a bench warmer. Like, he is literally just a guy that comes in garbage time, because like those numbers suggest that he's not worth the playing time. But his dad might have just played his last game. We don't know. I mean, he's what, 42 now, 41?
Exactly. And now the Lakers are, I don't know what Bronny's contract is, but now they're stuck with this guy clogging a roster spot.
Question.
Well, yeah.
Yes, Tom.
Would anybody know this guy if his name wasn't Bronny James?
No.
There's your answer.
So it's Nepo baby. Yeah. I agree. I 100% agree. I didn't know his numbers were that bad even in college. I thought like, because in college you could be like, oh, he's averaging 18 points a game. Because in college, in the NBA, 20 to 27 ish. If you're averaging 30, that's really good. But averaging 20 a game is pretty solid. If he was averaging like 18 in college, we're like, wow, that's awesome. We're like, did he have like just 5 points a game, but like 10 assists a game, or like 10 rebounds?
He only averaged 4.8 points a game.
Yeah, and then you said 2 assists. Like, he's not as tall as his dad, I don't think. So he can't be grabbing like 6 to 10 rebounds a game. I don't know. That's just those stats just don't. That doesn't compute.
But yeah, Nepo baby. Are we all in agreement?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. Next up on the list. I mean, this guy's been around for a long time, but he's not in the Hall of Fame yet. So I decided to put him on the list. And Shane McMahon. Cheating here because wrestling is scripted, but he's the son of former chairman Vince McMahon, who turned WWE into a wrestling empire. But Shane didn't just wrestle. He went all out. He's a pretty hardcore guy. Like, you can watch a compilation of some of his craziest moments. And, like, he's not just a regular wrestler. He's, like, one of those, daredevil types. Like, to name 2 instances, he jumped off of Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania 32 in 2016. At 46 years old, onto the announcer's table, onto The Undertaker. And 15 years prior to that, at Backlash, he jumped off the Titantron and got Paul Heyman screaming, "Oh my God!" jumping onto the Big Show. There was no one sitting in their seats when that happened. And I'll go in with my verdict here. This is the guy that made me want to do this list, because I saw an Instagram reel of a compilation of him doing all the crazy things he did. And the caption was, "The one Nepo baby who earned it." And I 100% agree. Shane McMahon earned it.
So I'll go first because I probably have the least to input here. But I have a question. I mean, wrestling is scripted, right?
Well, yeah, but still,
So wouldn't he just get the better script?
I mean, here's the thing. He putting himself through like very painful things, Tom. He could have like gotten himself like things where he got off easy. But like, no, he wanted to do like jumps off the top ropes onto the table. He wanted to, jump across from one buckle to the other to like kick a trash can into another good. Tom, the Titantron, like he jumped off like 100 feet out of the air onto another man.
Okay, no, I wasn't trying to.
I know
belittle him or the sport. I was just asking. Like, I was just curious.
Yeah, did you watch did you watch any of the compilations or no?
I'll say this, Tom. I don't think he won all the time. I don't think he won all the time, which is also the thing. Like, they don't script just. I mean, some guys have creative pull. Hulk Hogan was the most well known for notorious for pulling the creative card.
I watched. I just finished his Netflix documentary.
Basically, he
that is the
whether
least
he
looking
says it or
wrestler of all
not.
time.
Least put
Yeah.
together.
Least looking wrestler. Like he just looks like a.
He looks like
regular
the son
guy.
of Vince McMahon. is
Oh,
what he
Shane
looks
McMahon. Okay.
Yeah.
So, we actually need to get together, and we really do need to watch those WrestleMania matches.
Yes,
that I
we
picked
do.
out.
We do.
Because I made sure I picked ones that are actually like full on entertaining. That you don't need to like wrestling even. You don't have to know anything. I can give you a backstory. Maybe we watch like the promo package before the match happens, and then you just watch the action and see the feeling and the emotion that comes out, because that's the point of wrestling. It is scripted. It is also like I like to call it aggressive theater.
It's like a story. Like it plays out, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but also there's like in indie wrestling, like because it's on TV, their job is to really convey emotion to you.
Yeah.
And WWE has mastered that in the wrestling sphere. So, I also believe he earned it because did you know, Jack, that he was actually a referee?
I did not know that.
Shane McMahon was a referee in the 1991 Royal Rumble, and he played a referee for various old events back in the 90s and maybe even the late 80s, I believe. So,
well, I know he's been a guest referee, like in some of the storylines, like for example, WrestleMania 23.
No. He was a referee, and you can go to our group chat where I'm going to try and put this right now. He was back in the day when referees didn't have the stripes like they do in football and
oh wow,
in football and like basketball. He was a legit referee with the bow tie and everything in the 80s, 90s. So he really didn't start like just they didn't just like throw him on TV. No, he was out there probably setting up rings, doing all the grunt work. Behind the scenes.
He knows all the ins and outs of the business. So
yeah, so there's a real chance that it's not just earned from like the sense of he put his body through some crazy torture, but he also seemed to have come up the ranks like every other wrestler does. I could ask Adam if you want, and we can maybe bring him on one day and talk wrestling at some point in the future, because I don't know what he's willing to divulge, but that's up to him. We'll see. But Shane definitely not. He's a Nepo baby. Don't get me wrong. He is a Nepo baby, but
he did.
Everybody on this list is a Nepo baby,
right? But he's certainly earned it, in my opinion.
Watching those clips, it looks like I guess what makes it like more of like an appeal is like there's just some random dude from the crowd just joined in.
Did I have him in the matches? I'm not sure, but anyway, I think so. Me and Jack, I know we agree. Tom, are you convinced after seeing what he put his body through?
He earned it.
All right. Yeah. Next on the list, we're doing a twofer. Rex and Rob Ryan, sons of Buddy Ryan. Buddy Ryan, who was the New York Jets defensive line coach on their 1968 Super Bowl winning team. But what he's most famous for is being the defensive coordinator of the 1985 Chicago Bears Super Bowl winning team, which is arguably the most revered defense in NFL history. After that, he went on to be an NFL coach for 7 seasons with the Eagles and the Cardinals. He went 43, 35-1 with the Eagles, 12-20 with the Cardinals. Now, let's look at the Sons, who are twins, by the way. Rex was like his dad, was a defensive line coach for the 2000 Super Bowl champion Baltimore Ravens. He then served as their defensive coordinator from 2005 to 2008. It then led to him earning the Jets head coaching job from 2009 to 2014. The Jets went to back-to-back AFC championships under Rex, including beating Peyton Manning and Tom Brady in the same playoffs in 2011. And then that's when it began to fall apart, and they never recovered. He was 46-50 as coach of the Jets. He then went on to coach the Bills in 2015, 2016, a 15-16 record, perhaps most famous in its first time in Buffalo for making sure the Jets didn't make it back to the playoffs in 2015, beating them in week 17, or more so the Jets imploded on themselves. And he was joined by Rob in 2016, but we'll get to him right now. Rob was a defensive coordinator for the Raiders, the Browns, the Saints, Cowboys. And looking at his stats, his teams were only the better half of point differentials. Well, on the list of 32 teams, they were only in the top half, like 2 different occasions. He had in 2011, he was with the Cowboys. He had them 12th. In 2013, with the New Orleans Saints, he had them 7th. So, not exactly feared defenses there. He joined Rex in 2016 as the defensive coordinator and the assistant head coach. And that lasted only 1 season. So, for Rex, I'm going to have to say earned it in the sense that he had a career pretty much on par with his dad. And Rob, I mean, I think a lot of guys would kill for what he had, but I'm going to have to go Nepo baby for Rob.
I mean, Rob Ryan just looks like in the evil twin version of Rex Ryan.
I always say that, dude. It's kind of insane. Like, they really are. It says they're fraternal twins, but man,
I never would have guessed that they were fraternal twins.
I would have thought they were identical. They are. They look the exact same, except for Rob.
They have the same voice. Let himself
go.
But Rob, Rob
just
did that
from The Big Lebowski.
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
he does. But yeah,
I'll say this. I'll say this, Jack. So it looks like, because I think something that might be a little unfair in making these judgments on my end personally is there is coaching also is the long haul. So like both of these guys were graduate assistants for Western Kentucky at one point at the same time. And I believe it says Rex went to New Mexico Highlands and became an assistant head coach and defensive coordinator, then Morehead State defensive coordinator for 3 years. Then he went to the Arizona Cardinals in 1994, 1995. I'm assuming that was when what's his name? Buddy Ryan?
Yeah, Buddy Ryan.
Why am I forgetting his name? Buddy Ryan went there. So maybe that's what happened. And also, guess who joined him as a defensive backs coach was Rob Ryan. So it looks like he brought them. So it's kind of interesting. You know, did they earn it? Did they not earn it? I'm not fully sure. It looks like Rob did a lot of stuff when he was at Tennessee State from 1989 to 1993.
He definitely did more than Bronny James. I could tell you that.
I'll agree with that. I think both of them had a hand in a lot of really good teams. I mean, dude, am I reading this right? No, Rob Ryan wasn't in the NFL. No, he was in the NFL in 2000. Well, Rex was winning that Super Bowl. He was the Patriots linebackers coach. He went back to college after the Cardinals stint. Then he went to the Patriots, the Raiders, the Browns, the Cowboys, the Saints, the Bills, the Redskins. Oh, it even says Redskins. The Ravens, the Raiders. I mean, he's just been all over the friggin' place. So, and that's up to 2024. He's assistant head coach for defense and linebackers for USC right now.
Really?
So he's still going. Rex stopped in 2016. I'm not. I mean, now he's an analyst, so it's a little bit different. Rob, I guess, wanted to stick to coaching, but again, he looks like the evil twin brother. So Rex is, I guess, like the Tiki Barber because he just talked so much shit and was just such a lightning rod for controversy. Meanwhile, Rob was just like, yeah, Rob's over there looking like fat Lebowski, like what Tom said, you know. And he's just doing his thing, and I guess he's still doing his thing.
Yeah. All right, we'll move on to next. So was my assessment fair? Like I'd say Rex earned it and Rob Nepo. Okay.
I think in my opinion, they both earned it.
Okay.
So that's where I'll disagree with you. So
all right.
I agree with Jack.
All right, next on the list. Hal Steinbrenner, son of George Steinbrenner. George, who purchased the Yankees from CBS in 1973 and was the owner for 7 World Series titles in 77, 78, 96, 98, 99, 2000, 2009. And listen, for the 90s, you could probably credit Stick, Gene Michael, for those championships because because Steinbrenner was suspended from like 1990 to 1995. But anyway, I'd diverge. Hal inherited his share of the Yankees after the 2008 season. That Yankees team didn't make the playoffs, but still, George was sick, but he was still around. And he was so embarrassed by 2008 that he basically made the Yankees go scorched earth on a spending spree, getting CC Sabathia, Mark Teixeira, AJ Burnett, Nick Swisher, and then they won the World Series. That's still their last World Series to this day. And George passed away in 2010. And since 2009, only one World Series appearance. They're currently wasting the career of Aaron Judge, and he still hasn't fired Brian Cashman. Oh, but Brian Cashman was the GM of those teams that won the World Series. Okay, the 90s, like I said, he inherited Gene Michaels' teams. And 2009 was an outlier because George was sick, but he's still pissed. I'm going Nepo baby here because I say all the time, now the Yankees are Yankees in name only. Listen, they're still willing to spend enough money to be up there in payroll, but now it's like they don't even want to compete with the Dodgers.
Sorry, I'm reading the stats as well. I didn't know if Tom had anything to say.
No. I mean, would you call him a Nepo baby? I mean, he inherited it. I mean, is that really a Nepo baby?
I don't know. I feel like he's
like can an owner be a Nepo baby?
I mean,
yeah. Clearly the Yankees are not the same Yankees as 17 years ago. No.
Yeah, 17 years ago.
Wow. 17 years ago. But I mean, it's not like, yeah, he got the Yankees because they were literally given to him.
Yeah. But let's see. I mean, we were talking about Shane McMahon before.
But does he run the WWE now?
No, actually, that's the interesting part is that
that's not the same
Vince
thing.
McMahon gave it. Well, Vince McMahon gave it to his son-in-law,
Triple H. I was considering putting him on there, but he's probably a Hall of Famer. So,
well, we're not talking about Triple H. We're not talking about we're not talking about Hal Steinbrenner as a baseball player. We're talking about Hal Steinbrenner as an owner. Like,
right.
I wouldn't consider that a Nepo baby, in my opinion. I mean, he sucks, but I would not consider him a Nepo baby because he inherited the team.
Interesting. So, what about the Davis family for the Raiders? Is that the same? Do you think the same thing? Do you think the same thing on that?
Again,
right,
I mean, was it inherited down generations?
Basically,
down a generation. I mean, again, I wouldn't call him a Nepo baby.
I mean, Al Davis became a psycho later in his life, and like his son isn't much better. So
I'm gonna get slightly off topic here. I think the biggest issue with the second generation of a successful franchise or a successful career is that you lose the integrity and the work ethic of the first person that did it.
Yeah.
I don't think Hal's matched that.
I mean, I don't know where Steinbrenner came from. I don't know where his money came from. But clearly he knew what he was doing. And like when you grow up in it, I feel like no matter how hard, with the exception of Shane, I feel like you lose that. Because you always want to make a better life for your child. And in doing that, you kind of create the safety net, and they don't know the struggle like you knew it.
That's fair.
That's fair. But yeah, I don't feel like, George used to think championship or bust. If the Yankees didn't win championships, the season was a failure. Hal Steinbrenner's now just like, we'll go to the playoffs, see what happens. And I'm sick. I'm sick
again.
Tom. Brian France.
Again, I agree. I agree that they suck, and that corroborates my story, my opinion. I wouldn't call him a Nepo baby. They just lucky, and they had a good life, and unfortunately, they don't know how to. They don't know what struggle is.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
All right. I'm going Nepo baby. So, Tom, your jury's out.
Yeah, I'd say. I mean, they're a Nepo baby, yeah, but like, I feel like it's a different circumstance, in my opinion.
Fair.
All right, Zach.
I will agree with Jack on the basis that I agree with everything you said, Tom. But I also think if you don't have that hunger, then you are just kind of there. Like you like you said, you got lucky. You lived this life under some rich, powerful person that owned the team. They were very successful doing it. Now you've inherited it. What are you going to do with it?
And you've done nothing with it. So I mean, I guess yes, for the sake of this podcast, yes, Nepo baby.
Yeah.
But like I say, I think it's different than like your son coming into the sport because of your name.
That's fair. But listen, I feel like the only reason why Steinbrenner did re-sign Judge to the contract he gave him was just because he was going to be like, oh, listen, I need to maintain some illusion that we're still the Yankees.
I mean, this is where I think you're just one of those psycho Yankees fans that have absolutely no concept of reality. You have zero concept of reality. You went to the World Series 2 years ago, okay? I understand that they haven't won. They haven't won the World Series, okay? Wow, oh my God, you haven't won a World Series. You have like 28 or 27 or whatever the fuck it is. All right, so listen.
27 rings.
In reality, yes, Steinbrenner bought those teams basically, especially the 09 one, but there was competence behind it, so it made sense. You guys have a good team now. It's just they haven't done the right things. I do blame it more on Cashman if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah,
there's no reason Cashman should be there.
Yeah, and Hal enables Cashman. He's like, I don't need to fire him, you know.
Yes,
because people are still going to Yankee games. People are still buying those chicken finger buckets, which are pretty freaking good. Not gonna lie. So Hal's in a position who's like, hey, I'm gonna profit regardless.
But I think our generation, the millennial generation, if they agree with your sentiment that they're just the Yankees in name by name, then I don't think you guys will ever like wake up and realize that in sports, like you do go through lulls where you don't win championships every fucking year for almost a decade. You know, I'm just saying it just doesn't happen that way. You've been going to the playoffs literally all my entire life. So like, I'm not really like,
you know, I don't expect you to feel sympathy for us, but you know,
you should. No, there is no. Yeah, you can be frustrated. You have no concept of actual struggle for your baseball team. You literally never go through a year where they're completely out of it. You have it for the Jets. I'll give you that. But when it comes to Yankees, it's a totally different sport. It's a totally different setup, and it's just the things that Steinbrenner, being the son of George Steinbrenner, being a Nepo baby, like we said, just by default, technically, it's not the fact that he hasn't won a championship since his father died. It's the fact that he is doing things that just don't make sense. And this is where you got to get rid of Cashman, because clearly he has overstayed his welcome. Thank you for your service. You've been here for how fucking long now? 30 years?
This team still has caveman mentality. Last in the league, and they're like last in the AL. Well, I gotta go up to these stats.
They had no problem getting rid of Girardi. Had no problem getting rid of Torrey.
Yeah, last in the ML as of after Sunday, they had 181 singles. Last in baseball. The team in the best record in baseball has the most singles. The Braves with 248. Best team in the AL, the Rays, 247 singles, and their payroll is a freaking Snickers bar.
Right.
We didn't lose Shaq in that.
Yeah, we didn't actually. That was amazing. Well, teams win in different ways too. Like I agree. Actually, the Phillies are kind of a similar ilk of they live and die by the long ball. Some games,
caveman mentality.
It's cool and all, but also it doesn't work. I don't even think it's the caveman. I think it's just the fact that Cashman has been here too long. Now, what you have to do is find a GM that will also bring up what I think you guys have plenty of prospects that are good. So now we're off on a baseball tangent real quick. Yeah. They have guys like Spencer Jones they just called up due to injury to like Giancarlo Stanton. You should have these young guys up already. There's like, and I know Stanton's contract was like a monster contract, but You got to start doing things the right way, not just paying random free agents.
I agree.
That's basically what Cashman did this offseason with getting like guys like Grichuk. Like, and Grichuk is fine. Just like, there's just no, you shouldn't have got him when you have Spencer Jones and Jason Dominguez.
But hey, Anthony Volpe came back today. He has an error already.
Okay, but here's the thing. I understand. It's also been only 3 years. I've had to deal with Alec Boehm for 5 years. So, all right. Anyway, let's just go with I think he's a Nepo baby.
But yeah, I think he's Nepo baby. And one last thing, like regarding Jack, are you saying long ball doesn't win games? No, the long ball alone doesn't win games is what I'm saying. But anyway, next example.
Right.
Seth Curry. Not Steph Curry, Seth Curry. Son of Del Curry and brother of Steph Curry. Del, his dad, 1,083 games in the NBA. He's got like a 45.7% field goal percentage. Was the sixth man of the year, 94. Steph, 4-time NBA champion, the NBA's all-time leader in three-pointers. And this is something I had no idea. Seth's father-in-law is Doc Rivers. Doc, who coached the Celtics to the NBA championship in 2008. And then after going to the finals and losing in 2010, he just couldn't make it past the second round. But Seth is a journeyman. He played for 10 teams. He's currently on the Golden State Warriors with his brothers. 560 games, 471 field goal percentage. I think he's got it's an okay career. I mean,
I gotta say, it's 47% field goal percentage. There you go.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
40 field goal percentage, like football.
Tom, making a bucket in basketball is called a field goal. So
yes.
Okay.
I want to say jury's out on him, but certainly, he's good enough to get onto 10 teams. But he's no all. I have to say, maybe he's earned it in the sense that he's pretty much the same. I guess he was on par with his dad. Steph is in his own freaking world, but I don't know if I want to fully say Nepo baby here. What do you guys think?
I agree. I think the jury's out because those numbers tell me that he basically is his dad. Meanwhile, Steph is just in another galaxy.
Yeah. He could be a Nepo baby compared to his brother.
Compared to his brother, for sure. But,
yes.
I guess he has to pay. He's been around a long time. He's only played 560 games. How long did Dell play then? Damn.
I don't know. Has Seth dealt with injuries a lot, or?
I don't know.
I know he was a
Sixer
Sixer for a while.
Sometimes. Yeah, and he wasn't that great. He was exactly what you'd expect. He was a bench 3-point guy.
I need to make sure I'm not going crazy. Okay, yeah, career 560 games. So
I'm not debating you on the game. I'm just saying it's almost half of what Dell had. So, yeah, no, I'm gonna go with jury's out on him.
Yeah, me too.
If you guys are both jury's out, I'm jury's out.
Okay. All right, final example on our list. Shedeur Sanders, son of primetime Deion Sanders, NFL Hall of Famer, 2-time Super Bowl champion with the 49ers and Cowboys, 53 interceptions, 10 defensive touchdowns, 1,331 interception and return yards. Many consider him the greatest quarterback ever. I respectfully disagree. Welcome to Revis Island. His son Shedeur, Deion coached Shedeur at 2 different colleges, Jackson State and Buffalo University, or is it University of Buffalo? I forget. But anyway, at Jackson State, Shedeur as a quarterback, 26 games, a 68% completion percentage with 70 touchdowns and 6,983 yards. Going to Buffalo, again, Deion went with him, or he went with Deion rather. 24 games, 71% completion percentage, 64 touchdowns, 7,364 yards, and 8.1 yards per attempt. He was a 2024 Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year. He was drafted by the Cleveland Browns, 144th overall in 2025. And he's played 8 games, started 7. He's got a 56% completion percentage with 7 touchdowns, 1,400 yards, averaging 6.6 yards per attempt, and an 18.9 quarterback rating. That rating is lower than the amount of assault allegations against his teammate, Deshaun Watson.
So
He's
you keep going. You got more?
okay. He's also a lightning rod for media attention, especially now with the Browns having like the quarterback room they have, in the sense that they had so many quarterbacks like this previous offseason. I completely forgot they drafted Dylan Gabriel, a quarterback, before drafting Shador Sanders. Like, you only want to do that once with the guy, but like there was some drama after he fell to the 5th round. His dad was saying he was going to be a 5th overall pick. Like, there was Rob Oldberg's son prank calling him, saying he was drafted. Like, that's not really Shador's fault. And then there was later when he wasn't named starter after Joe Flacco got hurt or something, where he was just doing an interview. He was just like moving his mouth, not actually saying anything.
Yeah, he's pantomiming.
Yeah. So, Zach, you might know even more about this guy than I do. So I'll let you talk before I give my verdict.
No, well, I definitely need to talk because you said the quarterback at Buffalo when he was actually at the University of Colorado, the Buffalo.
Colorado. Oh, the team name was the Buffaloes. That's why. Okay.
So I was like, Buffalo. Anyway, yeah, no, he was good in college, but there were glaring deficiencies he had. Now, that doesn't mean that you're not a good quarterback by any means. But it means you need coaching. And the thing is, it sounded like he turned the entire pre-draft process into a circus. So he fell in the draft. And then there was the conspiracies that people weren't going to draft him, and everyone, it's a race thing, and it's because it's Deion Sanders, and Deion's going to be the coach if the Browns, and the Browns did fire Kevin Stefanski after the year, but also, I mean, the Browns were terrible. So it's just like, the fact that he went to the Browns made the joke even crazier, because it's like, it's the Browns. So the whole thing is a circus. You know what I think? I think the jury's out. I think this year he's going to have a full year starting. I think he's better than Dylan Gabriel. At least what we saw is he's better than Dylan Gabriel just by the eye test. It looks like the way he throws the ball is better, but he takes too many sacks. He holds on to the ball too long. He's a little bit dangerous with it. You didn't actually mention how many interceptions he had. I think he had more interceptions than touchdowns. So he's got a lot of growing to do. And the attitude, I don't think people realize, like, the attitude's probably not going away, because that was Deion, and that's what Deion instilled in his kids. And look, Deion is the most frustrating player in history. I think he's the best cornerback solely because I actually agree Darrelle Revis might be the best cornerback purely, but Deion Sanders also played wide receiver as well, and he also went to baseball. He's one of the best athletes of all time. And his son certainly has that confidence. That's very cool, in my opinion. I think he's a bit of a smug guy, so that's annoying. But you know what? We like villains in sports, right? So I'm out on him right now. I want to see what he does this year. I know the defensive side has Myles Garrett. That's the best fucking player in the league right now. You know, I'm going to give it a year. I'm going to give it a year before I say Nepo or earned it.
And listen, and thank you for reminding. Sorry, Tom, I'll let you go in a second. But thank you for reminding me of the interceptions. I feel stupid for not putting that in. But yeah, 7 touchdowns, 10 interceptions.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say this based on what I've heard of Shorter Sanders. He is textbook poster child for Nepo baby.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I saved him for last.
His ego exceeds so far his talent.
100%. Absolutely.
That is textbook Nepo baby.
Right.
Like, when I think of a Nepo baby in sports outside of racing, because I can think of a ton in racing, he's one of the first ones I think of.
Yeah.
Like,
no, for sure. And
he had that whole draft party thing, the whole and he got picked.
I mean, it's not uncommon for players to have draft parties, but because they made such a spectacle. Yeah, they made such a spectacle.
Way over the top. Like cockiness. Like, for me personally, I'd much rather a player be humble than cocky.
Yeah. There's a difference.
There's a difference between confidence and cocky. That's what everyone said like the whole time, and I'm like, no, come on. There's like a level of arrogance that comes with it. That's like, it's beyond confident. Like, yes, he has plenty of confidence. Trust me, we see it. But like you got to perform now, and it doesn't matter where you're drafted. And that's the thing. Like Mel Kiper was losing his fucking mind. Half of this circus was the media's fault anyway. Whether he was a first round pick or a fifth round pick, guess what? He got drafted.
Yeah,
It's time to go out there and do it. All right. And here's the thing: fifth round quarterbacks typically don't get that chance. He's very blessed he went to the shitty ass Browns because now he's absolutely going to have a chance. And it seems like everyone's going to take him in. And now he's the starting quarterback. Now they have a new coach. I forget who the coach is. Who did the Browns hire? There was a lot of coaches firings this year. There's a lot of coach firings.
Cover your ears.
Okay.
Where did Tom Brady get drafted?
Was he in the 6th round or? But there's a lot of people who
Todd Monken is the
Todd Monken. Okay.
It happened.
Right. Yeah. So he can. Yeah. He broke it. So we'll see. We'll see though. The jury's out, in my opinion. I can understand anyone saying Nepo baby, but I'm more like I'm going to give him a year because when he was at Colorado, he didn't have an offensive line. That's also why he got sacked a lot. But man, you saw 8.1 yards per attempt. I think that's very high. I think that's actually very high compared to what the average is for a lot of NFL quarterbacks, especially. And now college is a little bit wacky, but I watched some games and he was just fire. He was having 500-yard games like every other week. It was kind of insane. So I'd like to see what happens.
I feel like his results have to match his cockiness.
Yeah, absolutely.
If he could back up, if he could back it up, then I'll take it back.
I want to see what he does. I do.
Exactly. And, note to self, because anytime I got to talk about quarterbacks numbers, I can't just include like the completion percentage, the yardage, the touchdowns. I do need to include interceptions. That's why we'll never get picked up by anyone big. That's on me for not including the interceptions in this.
No, it's fine. It's more like, honestly, you wouldn't have to mention interceptions, but I only wanted to mention because you said 7 touchdowns. Well, he had 10 interceptions in 8 games.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
that's not good.
Yeah, I saw footage today from like 2 years ago. This is when Bo Nix was in Oregon. Just like a film team from Oregon is just following Colorado around, hearing just Colorado just talk shit all the time. Like saying, we're going to beat the shit out of you. We're going to beat the shit out of your coach too. Like in front of the Oregon coach. And the Oregon coach is just telling them like, don't say anything. Pay no attention. You fight with these. Like patting on the pads. You fight with these. And they destroyed Colorado that game. That was a satisfying watch. But listen, I want to compare Shedeur Sanders to another lightning rod of media attention. Because when I look at Shedeur Sanders, I see a player, or quarterback specifically, whose playing style works great at college, but doesn't necessarily translate well to the NFL level. The other player I'm going to bring up, Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow was a god at Florida, but people had his doubts about him. How his play didn't necessarily translate well to NFL. Not only that, but stories about like his faith and other things that made him a lightning rod for media attention. Here's the thing. That was kind of Tebow didn't really feed into it like the same way Shedeur Sanders would. Like Tim Tebow, as far as I know, like would just through like a regular draft party. And let's see, Tom, did you freeze or am I frozen right now?
No.
Jeez, you gotta do a mannequin challenge. But listen,
all right, so
Tim Tebow didn't give himself. He didn't come off like he had a big head like Shedeur Sanders did. So someone was still willing to take a chance on him in the first round. The Broncos drafted him like mid first round. They was like, all right, we'll give him a chance. But if Tim Tebow had
2 weeks.
Yeah, if Tim Tebow had like the same type of attitude Shedeur Sanders had, he's probably not getting drafted that high. So I'm leaning Nepo baby, but I could understand jury's out in the sense that like, okay, he put up solid numbers in college. Justin Fields put up solid numbers in college, but his game didn't translate well to the NFL. So I'm leaning Nepo baby here.
All right. That's
fair. That's pretty much that's pretty much the list for tonight. Honorable mentions: Ben Verlander, who's the brother of Justin Verlander. I don't even know who Ben works for. All I know is that he glazes Shohei Ohtani all the time. Not that saying Ohtani doesn't deserve glazing. He's the best player of this era, but it's like, okay, Ben, there's other players in this league. You know that, right?
Yeah.
No,
he definitely does. So
you
I know
guys
that.
got any other honorable mentions?
I got one.
All right, Tom,
I
go
got
ahead.
one. Lesser known. So I'm going to start with a father here, Rick Mears, part of the elusive 4-time Indy 500 club. He won the Indy 500 in, let me pull it up. I have it over here. He won the Indy 500 in 79, 84, 88, 91. He was also a kart championship car winner, which was IndyCar before it was IndyCar. 79, 81, and 82.
Oh.
Casey Mears, Coke 600 winner.
Is that it?
That's it.
I mean, it's a crunchyroll race, but
Casey Mears got the ride at Hendrick Motorsports. Well, first he got the ride at Chip Ganassi, because Chip Ganassi also was in IndyCar. What's his face? His dad, Rick Mears, raced for Penske. So Chip took the gamble on Casey, and it didn't really pan out that well. And then Rick Hendrick picked him up, and then he got the win. I think it was the 2007.
Yes, 2007. I remember watching that. Yeah.
Coke 600.
Yeah.
And he won that one. That was a late race. That race went real late.
I think he had a rain delay, if I remember correctly. But
I think so.
Has to be.
But I mean, like, his numbers are nowhere near his dad's. Nowhere near. Like, he's not arrogant or anything. You know, he's very humble. He's still racing today. He's racing for, I think he's racing for a mixture of Beard Motorsports and what's the 66 car, or is it MI Racing? But he's trying to get to like a certain number of starts. But he's someone that just couldn't come anywhere near the level of racer that his father was.
Yeah.
Didn't he make the Daytona 500 starting field?
He did.
I remember that because I saw the name.
Yes.
I saw Casey Mears and was like, "Am I high? Did I go in a time machine? What the fuck happened?"
Because I think he was in the 66 for that race.
Yes, he was. Yeah, it was some wild number. I was like, Casey Mears. Where are we? What are we doing here? The only honorable mention I got was Ruben Amaro Jr. He was a player for the Phillies in the 90s. His father, Ruben Amaro, was a shortstop in the 50s and 60s. Ruben Amaro Jr., not that good of a player. And then he became the Phillies GM in 2009 to 2015, and he pretty much did everything wrong. Sent them into hell. 2009, inherited what Ed Wade had in the 2008 team, and everything preceding that, because they kind of just got better gradually throughout the 2000s, leading up to 2008. He kind of dismantled it. People hate him for it, but and he's also, by the way, does color commentary for some games when they're on the road. And I don't know, I don't mind him. I think he's a good mind. He played the sport, so is he a Nepo baby? Probably. I don't know how he got to the league, but 1991 to 1998 he played. That was it. And then he got a GM role 10 years later and immediately just was not good at it. I think, I don't know how he got the GM role. That might be the Nepo side of it.
That's beyond me. I'm like, how?
Well, by 2015, we were on the last legs, literally, of Ryan Howard and a team full of scabs. So it wasn't until Rhys Hoskins in 2017, 2018 that I finally felt like we were out of the dungeons of hell. Yeah. Unlike the Yankees, who never are. So,
but anyway, let's get into questions. Do we have anything this week, Tom?
We do. So I'm going to start with a question from last week that I missed.
Oh,
and the honor this one comes from Tyler, friend of the show, fan of the show, member of Hot Lips. In honor of Sterling, what is your best broadcast catchphrases?
Me being a Ranger fan, wearing the sweatshirt, I'm Sam Rosen, who recently retired. It's a power play goal. And to keep up with the theme of the Garden and MSG Network, I'm not a big basketball guy, but Mike Breen, 3-pointer, bang!
All right, I think Jack got mine. Mike Breen is with that. I mean, I guess there's Gus Johnson in college football just screaming constantly. Is one of my favorites. Yeah, like literally, it's just fun watching his games. He also says some wild stuff too. Like there's a clip of him watching Chris Johnson run, like break a 90-yard run during his 2,000-yard season, and I think he's like, here we'll go all the way, get away from the cop speed. I was like, that's awesome. I love that shit. So.
Yeah, I love seeing that if it's not, a team I'm invested in, but if he's going like, wow, over your favorite team's opponent scoring on them, it's like, Gus, shut the fuck up.
Oh, no, I like it. I like it. Honestly, I just sit there and go, oh, that was a good call, though. That was a really good call. I like that. So, all right, yeah. What else we got here, Tom?
I think I know what it's going to be.
I got two. So, for back in the day when you had Darrell Waltrip and Mike Joy in the booth, you'd have one of them would go, "Have you ever?" And no, I've never. When some wild thing happens. More recently with Larry Mack in the booth for Fox Sports on NASCAR, when he's discussing pitch strategy, I'm gonna come. which then turned into a whole Instagram page of NASCAR.
Oh,
yeah. You know what? Actually, thinking of the NASCAR one, I actually like whenever Mike Joy. I know the Fox broadcast is like the least favorite of everything, and mainly that's just Fox. I actually don't mind the three guys personally.
No,
I really don't mind
Boyer.
Boyer can get annoying, but yeah. I think Harvick. I think everyone was annoyed with him when it was Joy and Boyer. Now Harvick, I think, kind of balances it all out.
Yeah,
Harvick's a little bit more maintained. Boyer's calmed down a little bit, but they like to go jab for jab every once in a while. It's kind of fun. But
Tom, I'm surprised you didn't go.
Okay, wait.
Anyway, so what I was gonna say was before Jack rudely interrupted me was that I like whenever it cuts to a crash and you just hear Mike Joy goes, trouble.
yes.
Crash on the back straightaway. It's like the most intense crash ever. But like, it's funny because you can't hear the actual like smashing of the vehicles when it's happening. So it's just like abrupt, like trouble.
Because like it also shows how like discombobulated the whole broadcast is, because it'll be Mike Joy going crash turn 2, and then you just see a camera scrambling to catch where it is. I mean, boogity is another good one, but it's not really a call. It's just the start of the race.
All right.
Yeah, but still, it's a call. It's iconic. It's how great races started. It was fun.
We have a question from the Big Sexy.
Nice.
With how disappointing the Mets season has been so far, do you guys think Juan Soto regrets signing his record-setting contract with them? Do you think in his head he's thinking to himself, "What have I done?" or "What the hell am I doing here?"
Maybe to a degree, but at the same time, he is a World Series champion, so I don't think he has the pressure to win it as much. Though I'm sure he would like another, but he's got the biggest contract in MLB history right now, so I think he lays his head to sleep at night just fine.
I agree with all that. I mean, like, why would you sign with the Mets personally? But that's just me. That's just me. It's not about the money, Spider-Man. It's about the Mets. The Mets. It's about the Mets. Let's go, Mets, baby.
I'd say give it another season or two before, like you say, once I was like, crap, this isn't going anywhere.
Yeah. I gotta find the archive. Where's the archive? I mean, I think no, it's there somewhere. Because I'm in the wrong one. There we go. So I'll say, I mean, I think the player in him probably hates it.
Yes.
But then his paycheck clears and he's happy.
Yeah.
Any more questions?
Yes, we got one more question from, if I can find it.
There's a fly just floating around me, and it's pissing me the fuck off.
So we have a question from the Josh Bloom.
Nice.
Going with the apparent theme, Zach, what is your favorite underrated match of all time?
Underrated match, he said?
Yes, of all time.
So the first one that comes to mind for me, and I think true wrestling fans would find this to be an amazing match. Like maybe they rate it correctly. Rey Mysterio's first pay-per-view match, I believe, was SummerSlam 2002 or 2003. I forget what it is. It opened the show, and it was Kurt Angle versus Rey Mysterio. Kurt Angle, one of the best technical wrestlers of all time, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, period. And Rey Mysterio, one of the most fun, high-flying, speedy little guys to ever wrestle, period. And he's still fucking going today somehow, and he's like in his mid-50s or something. And in great shape. I don't know how he's doing it, but that match is like 10 minutes long tops, and it's so quick and hard hitting. And then another underrated one, this is going to sound utterly ridiculous, is Vince McMahon both at WrestleMania 17 and WrestleMania 18. Or 19. WrestleMania 17 and WrestleMania 19. WrestleMania 17, he faces Shane McMahon. Got it back, pulled it all back in, had an amazing hardcore match. And then at WrestleMania 19, he had an awesome street fight with Hulk Hogan, and Roddy Piper comes out. Just a lot of gaga going on with those matches. A lot of fun, even though Vince McMahon is not a wrestler and neither is Shane. A lot of fun in those matches. Maybe we can watch those one day.
Maybe.
We need to get together and we need to watch some wrestling, because like I try to watch the product today. I have trouble with it because there's too much wrestling going on with multiple companies now, multiple times a week. But we can totally sit down and watch my favorite WrestleMania matches whenever you guys are available.
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right, is that it for this week, Tom?
Yep, that's all the questions for this week. Remember, every week that we record, we will post a story on the day that we record, with a question for you to leave us an answer to have your question read on the show. Alternatively, on that same story will be a link to our website, where you better be fucking paying attention here. There'll be a link on the website, and then you click the link and it takes you to our website, nts-podcast.com. And in the bottom right corner of the podcast, there will be a microphone icon, and you click the icon and you can leave us a voicemail and have your voice heard on the podcast. What's better than that?
Dear fans, we wrote you, but you still ain't calling. I left my cell, home phone, and beeper at the bottom. But anyway, excellent job tonight, gentlemen. Thank you again to Recall Garage for sponsoring this episode. Be sure to follow us on Facebook at Nerds Talking Sports, and on Twitter and Instagram at N_T_S_podcast. Be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. This is Jackknife, along with Zach Daniels and Tommy Joe. Have a wonderful night, everyone.